episode 21. Today we got some conspiracy theory.
Yeah, that's my expertise right there.
Are we in Matrix?
100%.
It's the moon landing.
The first one, fake.
You have to pick 3 movies. One movie to watch for the first time again, one to just watch, and one to never see again. Let's pay for this. Never watch Inception.
Watch for the first time again. 100%. Don't.
Welcome to Catching a Vibe. This is episode 21. I'm your host, Drew. Today, joined by the roommate again.
Back on it.
I got Jesse back on. How we doing, Jesse?
Not too bad. Just got off, my 4-hour shift at Lowe's, so.
Slight work.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Every day sucks.
Yeah.
Here.
Waking up early, too.
Nah, today was only 8 a.m., so I slept in until 7:45.
Alright, that's good.
5 minutes late.
5 minutes late.
They don't care.
They just shook it off. They're
They
like,
don't care.
if he comes
They
in,
know.
he
They
comes
know
in.
who runs it. They know who runs that
They
place.
know. That's
But,
funny. We got a little fun episode today. We got some conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
talk.
that's my expertise right there.
Jesse's been begging, let's talk some conspiracies. I was like, all right, let's do it. Just don't get me canceled, please.
Nah, none of the ones that would get us canceled.
Yeah. Then we have a fun movies segment where you have to pick 3 movies. One movie to watch for the first time again, one to just watch, and one to never see again.
Never see?
Never see. You can never watch that movie
It'd be
again.
tough.
Yeah.
It'd be tough.
So let's get into some conspiracy theories.
Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with Andrew Tate's "We're in a Matrix."
Okay.
Is there a part that, do you believe that?
Yes, 100%.
You really do?
I'd say 90%. I tell all my family and friends, I believe, like, everything going on in the world, even, like, stuff that, like, the one night, me and my buddy were just driving down the road, and there was a bright-ass full moon, and it just didn't look real. Like, it just looked like we were in a simulation.
Mm-hmm.
And so I told him, like, we're in a matrix. Like, it has to be. Like, there's no other explanations for everything but just we're in the matrix.
I remember, I don't know if you remember this, we went to Chives. It was like you, me, Marsh, Maddie, and Cope. We went into the hot tub. You're like, guys, let's just get serious for a second. Are we in Matrix? And
Yeah,
we just talked for like 30 minutes about it.
It all started with, Keanu Reeves and
Right.
the original Matrix. It's one of my
Mr.
movies,
Anderson.
Yeah. So, one of my all-time favorite movies, but I don't know. There's just so much similarities. There's so much similarities.
There's been a
between
lot
the
of
movie
weird
and-
things going
I
on.
know.
lately.
Stuff you can't explain. The only explanation is the Matrix.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. You see,
Bro.
like, did you see that one video of, like, that plane just, like, hovering? Like, it was, like, I don't know, just
oh,
stuck
that-
in air.
Yeah, I've seen videos like that, but I was aviation and in the military, so I know why that happens if you're going the same direction as the plane or different direction.
As the wind?
Yeah, no, it's like if a plane's coming this way and you're coming this way, and there's like a stationary object, and you're like both passing it, it'll look like the plane's just standing still.
Okay.
So it's a really weird phenomenon that goes on.
Yeah. That was just like the first thing that
It's
popped
weird,
in
but
my
the other,
head.
the other, and just like space, the moon, like that's the biggest thing.
Mhm.
It's just like, it just looks like if you just look up in the sky, it just doesn't look real. It just
Right.
looks like someone copy and pasted a photo from the internet and put the
Mhm.
big moon up there.
Mhm.
Just stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So-
Deja vu, I think that's a really big one too.
Deja vu.
And also in the movies, the Matrix movies, if you haven't seen them, don't want to spoil it, but go watch it. No, it's like if you have deja vu, it's the creators changing something in the Matrix. So it's like in the movie, he sees the black cat run, and then they're walking somewhere, and he sees another black cat run. Well, that's because the creators were changing something in the Matrix to trap them in,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, why else would you feel deja vu?
Yeah. Have you ever felt deja vu?
Yes,
I have too.
all the time.
It's like, it's
It's a
super
weird feeling. Like
You almost like, kind of like trip out, like start getting nervous and
your
shit.
heart starts beating faster.
It's like, what day is it? Like,
Yeah,
Just
I think
checking
the one day that like the worst deja vu I've ever had It was a long time ago. It was like 5, 6 years ago for my little brother's birthday party. We went to Chuck E. Cheese.
The goat.
And I don't know if it was because, I went to Chuck E. Cheese almost like every weekend as a kid. So maybe, one of those instances just seemed so similar and my brain kind of tricked me. But, I was standing there, just sitting in the booth and just looking around. And it felt like I have lived that day before. Like I was just sitting there, I'm looking around and I'm like, this has happened to me before.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything to like the exact thing I remember was perfect. And I'm like, it was just weird. Like I had to get up. I had to walk around. It was a weird. It's deja vu is a weird feeling.
It definitely is, dude.
But yeah, the Matrix. I don't know with because they say we're 100 years, 200 years away from that kind of technology. I don't believe that. That's another conspiracy. You could, the government's holding so much stuff back. Area 51, stuff like that. I don't think it's out of this, possibility at all to, have your mind, because we don't even know anything about our minds.
Yeah.
Like
we only use like a little percentage of our mind.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, it's like, we're like the weirdest creatures ever. Like just humans, like have no place. And you just think about us, it's weird.
Yeah.
But there's 6 billion of us just walking around on one planet.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I don't think it's weird to think that maybe it's not actually 2023. Maybe it's 2399.
Yeah. And
they want us to think we're in 2023.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Another one I have. It's the Simpsons creator is a time traveler.
It sure seems like it. Every like major news event or something, you could probably find a Simpsons episode.
Yeah. And I was on YouTube and literally there's like a 9-minute video of like all the things they predicted.
Yeah, like Super Bowls, Trump was the big one. Celebrities is also the big one. Maybe
9/11.
Yeah, maybe just because celebrities are super predictable.
Right.
But I don't know. Yeah, Simpsons it's crazy.
There's also another case, like, how many episodes of The Simpsons is there?
Like 26, 7 seasons, 20 episodes.
You're bound to get some shit, right?
I don't know. That's the thing, though. Like, maybe they're up to that point of creativity where they're just thinking of some off-the-wall shit that happens in the world. Yeah. And it just happens. Maybe it gives people the idea. Maybe Trump was sitting there watching that Simpsons episode. Like, I'll run for president in the year 2016.
You're right.
So maybe that's one. I don't know. That's weird though. Mm-hmm. That's one of the weirdest things. Right. Seeing a Simpsons episode or seeing something crazy in the news happen, and then the next day a meme's coming out of the Simpsons of how they aired it 15 years ago. Right. So.
It's odd.
I mean, you could tie that into the Matrix too.
You could. You really could, though. Then another one I have is the moon landing. Oh. Or 100%. Why haven't we gone back?
100%. I think we've definitely been to the moon. We've been in outer space, stuff like that. The first one, fake. There's no way we landed on the moon.
There's like a
1968
live stream of the moon landing. It's like 3 hours. I watched 10 minutes of this. I was like, this just looks so weird to me.
I don't know if it was the technology back then that the videos made it just look like shit and fake. I don't know, but there's just so much stuff. So it's like a lot of the big things they tried debunking was like the sun, the glares and the shadows on the sun, and the flag not moving or something. The flag standing still.
No, the flag is moving. It's not supposed to.
Well, no, because in a vacuum, say you plant it and it starts shaking, it won't stop shaking because it's a vacuum.
That's right.
I thought it was staying still. I think that was the big one. I don't know. I can't remember that one, but I don't think we were there at all. Just like the lighting, the wind. I guess the wind, the shadow was one way. The flag was waving this way, and I think they had a different flag on the ship from a different angle that was waving another way. Yeah. I don't know.
No stars behind.
Well, their cameras probably couldn't capture that.
That's true.
I don't know. We were not on the moon the first time.
Yeah.
Because the whole space race thing, it was,
right. 1960. Yeah. That's so hard to believe. just like we had the technology to go.
I don't think we didn't. We really did not have the technology.
Like, yes, we
I think
saw
that
a
was-
rocket.
Yeah, that was it.
rocket.
Like we could send rockets up. How many?
Yeah.
You know, what was the first one? Apollo 11 was our first one. So we
Yeah.
had 10 other ones that we shot up, either blew up, came back down, didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, you know, Russia was about to make it to space, and 2 weeks earlier we make it to the moon before that.
Right.
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
So,
Then Apollo 17. Why do you think that's the last one?
well, they said they're coming out. I just think.
They said 2030.
Yeah.
They?
I don't know.
But
NASA
why-
got defunded, stuff like that. Government didn't feel like going to the moon because, like, what is even on the moon? Big moon rock. Like, what are we gonna?
Alien shit with machines
Yeah,
in there.
Space stations up on the alien space stations.
Definitely
I
not
believe
talking
that.
about Transformers 3, but
I do. There probably is moon. We probably got moon bases up there. I would
Yeah.
not be surprised if we had. Why do you think we have the space force
Elon
now?
Musk
He's probably
sent some shit
building
up there.
some Teslas up there.
Probably.
Cheap labor.
Yeah. Do you ever think we'll live on Mars?
Yeah.
You do?
We're bound to.
Mhm.
It's just, you know, our technology, the way we're advancing, and, you know, the Western civilization's urge to conquer everything. I mean, we're going to conquer something up there.
Yeah.
We're going to be the first to do it.
Uh-huh.
You know, hopefully I'm alive, because I'll be the first one. If they come
First
out,
one to sign up.
if they say, hey, or even if they say, hey, we're sending 50 brave Americans out into the deep vast of space, you know, you'll never come back, never see your friends or family, I'm first in line. I don't care. I'm first in line to go to space.
I mean, I just flew for the first time. I couldn't imagine being like, yeah, I'll go
Right.
to the moon.
Yeah, I'd like to go 5,000 miles per hour up into
Right.
space.
What if we turn like Wall-E? Like everyone just gets fat as shit.
I mean, the way the world's going now,
Right.
we're not going to have an Earth in 30 years, so we're going to be living up somewhere. Spaceship.
Yeah, that is so crazy though.
Have
I
some
mean,
trash.
we're only in our 20s, and now they're saying all this climate change, like
Russia.
Russia.
Everything's going bad right now.
Mhm.
Maybe it's the Matrix falling apart.
Maybe.
We're winning the war in the real world.
The world
so-
was supposed to die in 2012, and they've just been making shit up.
That's what it was. That was another conspiracy. So it was after 2012. So the big thing with the Mayan calendar ending in 2012 and the Earth, like that was big. Everyone thought the Earth.
Dude,
the
I
world was
remember going to school that day,
Yeah, like,
and like,
staying.
didn't
goodbye
they
to
say
your
like
friends.
noon?
Yeah.
It was supposed to end at like, it was like 11:59. I'm like at the lunch table. I'm like praying. I'm like, God, I'm not ready to die.
Yeah. So they said after that, it's like that's when. What's that one? It's some weird phenomenon where you remember one thing. So the big one was the Goldstein Bears. You remember like one thing in your childhood, and you know you've watched it so many times or read that book so many times. There's no way you could get it wrong or misspell a word.
Mhm.
And it's like you look back and you're remembering it. So like the Goldstein Bears or something, it was spelled weird one way. Like we remembered it a different way. And we look back now at pictures of it, and it's different. Like I know there's a ton. I don't know what else there is, but all the stuff that changed, like for some reason after 2012. So that's another one for another day.
Yeah. Or the Earth went a black hole.
What?
Have you seen that theory?
I've heard that one.
Just a lot of crazy shit. The Earth being flat.
Yeah.
Had an idiot come on earlier. Say
Those
Earth is
Earth flat earthers.
Okay, so gun to my head, flat or round?
flat. Uh huh.
Flat.
Those
Dude.
people.
I remember Logan Paul did like a documentary like mocking the flat earthers, and he got so much hate for that. It was actually kind
See, I don't. I respect like if you think you're flat Earth,
Yeah.
flat, because I believe in the Matrix. I believe in
Right.
aliens. Who says they they can't believe in what they want to believe in? So
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe it is flat. We'll find out one day.
Mm-hmm. But you
once
should.
I build my own rocket ship and fly up there, you know, hit the edge of the dome or something.
The dome.
That's
That's
another
another thing,
another
yeah.
one. Yeah,
There's
people
like a
flying their rockets up and hitting
Old
the dome.
painting of like the Earth as a dome.
Yeah,
Have you seen
yeah.
that before?
It's like a flat or like an oval, like
Yeah.
stops and the dome comes over top.
Right. Just, God. Do we know anything about our Earth?
I think so. If I have to believe the Matrix theory, I believe the Matrix still has to abide by our physics and our laws. Just simple mathematics. And I don't think simple mathematics justify a flat Earth.
Right.
Or simple gravity laws justify a flat Earth.
Yes.
So I don't believe in flat Earth.
Yeah,
so
me neither. But respect to whoever does.
Yeah,
So we
you guys get a lot of hate. So
yeah,
you guys deserve one win somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. So now we're on to the movies. You right there, guy?
Been sick. Pray for your boy.
So the movies one. So we have 9 movies, right? Each.
Yep.
Okay.
Or I have 6.
You have 6.
I have,
okay.
2 different genres.
Gotcha. So we're going to pick one for each of these categories. See it again for the first time. Watch it, then never watch it. You can never see it again.
That's so tough because I got some classics in mind.
You want to start?
So I'll start. I'll save my comedy movies just because I think comedy is one of my favorite genres of all time.
That's mine.
Late at night, just throwing on a good comedy, get a good laugh while you're going to bed.
For sure. Can't beat the feeling.
So I'll start with my action movies. So obviously, number 1, The Matrix. It's one of my favorite movies when it came out, or when I watched it because it came out like '99, so I wasn't even born yet. I probably was born in The Matrix. That's what that was.
Yeah.
So I got The Matrix. Another good one, Mad Max: Fury Road. I like the original, but the new one it's a phenomenal movie. Love Tom Hardy. I mean, great actor. One of the best actors. And then Hacksaw Ridge, one of my favorite war movies, of all time. Andrew Garfield, another phenomenal actor. But yeah, those 3. It's tough to pick. I couldn't pick, so I'm gonna let you pick which one you want to see again, because I might think, but those 3, I don't know if I could ever go without watching them again.
All right, so I'm gonna go. Never watch Mad Max.
Such a good movie.
I'm sorry.
Such a good movie.
Few moments later.
I think I'm gonna go Hacksaw, watch, then Matrix for the first time.
For the first time.
Yeah. What do you think?
That's probably what I'd do.
You would do
if I
that?
could watch The Matrix for the first time, like right now, because I watched it back when I was like 10, 11.
Right.
So back then, it's like, oh wow, it's a cool movie. He's dodging bullets and
Yeah.
stuff. So I really didn't understand it.
Right.
Now that I'm a big Matrix believer, if I could watch that movie again, even all the whole series, as bad as the last one was, maybe the third one was not as great as it could be. But the first one, Revolution, Reloaded, those 3. I wish they wouldn't even make the 4th one.
Yeah.
But those 3, if I can go back, watch them again, understand the Matrix that I know now, that would be one of the coolest things.
That would be pretty cool. So mine, I got Interstellar, Inception, and Prisoners.
Of course you went for Christopher Nolan. He's one of my favorite directors. Interstellar is one of my favorite movies too.
I know my guy pretty well.
Inception, I first time I'm going Interstellar. I would come there if I could watch Interstellar again for the first time. Everything about that movie is gorgeous and phenomenal.
Right.
The black hole, pretty sure won an Oscar for Best Picture or something because they made it so realistic. A black hole. Before that, I know we would know what a black hole looks like now, but it was all theory what it looked like. So they made that black hole all in like computer rendering, and they said like one frame of that black hole was almost like 500 gigabytes of data it had to take in, and that was like almost 2 days just to render one frame. Wow. In that one scene there's almost like 30 seconds of where you're just looking at it. So the time they took into it, and the actual science they put into the making that black hole, and they came out like 4 years after that movie came out, and it's like, oh, we got this new telescope where the Hubble's pointing at this black hole perfect, and we got a picture of it, and it's identical to what the movie looks like. And it's just seeing that, listening to the music in Interstellar. There was times when I'd go to bed and I'd turn the Interstellar soundtrack on, listen to that piano going, because it's crazy. It's one of the greatest movies of all time. So
First
I'd
time
watch that again first time.
watch between Inception and Prisoners.
3 days later.
I'd probably do Prisoners, never watch again. Just watch
Tough.
Inception.
Tough.
Yeah, Inception. I mean, Christopher Nolan, his films,
Mm-hmm.
so good.
I might get some hate for this. I'm gonna go watch it or never watch Inception.
That's not as long as it's not Interstellar.
Watch
Prisoners,
again.
Prisoners, and Inception. They're close. But Interstellar's like
Watch again Interstellar, then watch for the first time Prisoners. Just the amount of emotions I felt watching Prisoners.
it's true.
It like so wild. Like I remember like seeing like short videos on Prisoners. I'm like, this movie looks good.
Right.
So I tried watching it last year. And I was like, I mean, like I was like almost crying. Like I'm
Right.
like trying to figure out who did it.
Yeah, a lot of the good movies that I haven't watched, like Prisoners, is one of them. I didn't watch that movie for the first time until like 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm. The acting.
Yeah, and it was one of my buddies down in the military. He had me watch all the good movies, so it was like
He hooked me up.
Prisoners, Donnie Darko. That's a great movie too. Another one's like, oh my, what just happened?
Right.
Like those are like my favorite types of movies where it's got you thinking.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire movie, and at the end, you have no idea what's real.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like those movies, like I don't care how good a movie is, if it doesn't make me like question my life and question what was going on in the movie.
Make me
and it's
feel
like
something.
they're still a good movie, but it's like movies like that, they're just top tier,
For
above
sure.
everything else.
For sure.
But yeah, it's respectable.
Thank you. What's your next one?
The comedies.
Yep.
All right, this
I'm
one's
ready for
tough.
the
So I'll have
comedies.
you start this. So, my all-time favorite comedy movie, Super Troopers.
Super
That's
Troopers.
by far my all-time favorite comedy. I could watch that 10 times in a row and never not laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Like the scenes in it and just the way it was made, you know, it was just so funny, so goofy, so funny.
Yeah.
And it's stupid stuff. 'Cause it was my kind of humor, and
Mhm.
so it was such a good one.
Yeah.
Then Super Bad,
Superbad.
another classic. You know, classic one-liners. You know,
Mm-hmm.
McLovin, you know,
Yeah.
the iconic McLovin, and then Dumb and Dumber. I think I had to throw Dumb and Dumber on there for the nostalgia reasons. You know, watching it growing up, and those two in that movie are just perfect.
Comedy gold.
Perfect. So I'll let you go first.
going
Make
first.
a tough decision on that one.
Wow. I'm gonna go. Jeez.
12 seconds later.
Never watch. I'll go Super Troopers. I've seen Superbad and Dumb and Dumber like 1,000 times. Watch again. I'll go Superbad. Watch for the first time Dumb and Dumber. Funny story. Nick Keister, our buddy Keispees, he can say every word to Dumb and Dumber.
Seriously?
It's like 8th grade, anytime we like spent the night over at his house, we'd watch Dumb and Dumber, and just like watching him say all of the lines was just so goated. So many great nights watching Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, and it's
with
just,
Keys.
you know, Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
just
Jim Carrey.
They said so. Like before that movie, you know, all the documentaries came out after because it's just, you know, it's a classic movie.
Mhm.
But the director was like, yeah, like this is all Jim Carrey movies. If you've seen a Jim Carrey movie, you've probably seen it. He's like, whenever Jim Carrey is on camera, do not stop rolling.
Yeah.
Like let it roll for an extra 15 minutes, even if he's taking a water break.
Right.
Because it's like you never know what the dude's gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
So there's so many times in that movie where he just, you know, the scene's supposed to end,
Yeah.
and he sees something on the set, and he just makes the funniest things. Like the one scene that's hilarious is when they're on their way to Aspen, and they're at the gas station. So he's getting his Polar Pops, and he's got like Slim Jims, and he's walking out, and he sees just two random people there. You know, you watch it and you're like, oh, that's funny. Those two random people are actors in it. You know, supposed to be in there. You know, he's walking out.
Hey guys, Oh, big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later.
And it's like, that's all he does. And they find out later that those are two random guys.
Right.
Like, they did not know who they were. He was just walking out and said that. So it's just like his personality, perfect for movies. It's just so funny.
Him and Ace Ventura too is
such a
comedy gold.
All his movies. I don't think he does not have a lot of bad movies.
No.
At all. And he's just such a genuine guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why he's so famous and popular.
For sure.
But if I had to go to never watch again, I'll start with never watch again. It's so tough.
6.5 hours later.
If I could never watch it again, super bad. Just because Dumb and Dumber, nostalgia reasons.
Right.
Growing up watching it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Me and my brother used to quote it all the time. Dumb and Dumber. So I'd put that as my just watch it. Watch it. And if I could watch Super Troopers for the first time, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so many funny scenes. The actors, they're great. They're all of them are so funny. Especially Farva. Especially because I used to have just the mustache. And I look, my face is getting a little chubbier, and I think I look pretty close to Farva.
Yeah.
And, I have his personality too. Just that stupid.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So yeah, the funniest scene, it's like the first 15 minutes where the kids get pulled over. The three kids get pulled over, and if you watch the movie, they always play trick games whenever they pull somebody over. But these dudes have like a whole ounce of pot and shrooms and stuff, so they get pulled over with it, and they're driving, and this friend tells his buddy to eat it all. So the dude's back there piling in like 10 grams of marijuana and like 5 grams of shrooms.
Yeah.
Then they toss the rest out the window. So then they get pulled over, and dude starts tripping. And so he picks up the bag, like the cop pick up the bag. He's like,
Teach you boys a lesson. Officer Rabbit and I are going to stand here while you three smoke the whole bag.
Please no.
Please no. In the back, because he's already tripping. Well, it's such a funny movie. Then the meow scene. How many times they can say meow to the guy?
Oh, God.
Meow, what is so funny, sir? The dude's over the cops cracking up.
I need to rewatch it again.
Oh, classic.
So my comedy had Superbad, Step Brothers, and The Hangover.
Oh, which one? Just the original
The
Hangover?
original.
All right. So I'll start with, as much as I love Step Brothers, such a classic movie, I'd probably pick that one as one I want to watch again. Wow. I know. It's just I think Superbad, they're both great movies. I just think Superbad's like, young Jonah Hill and
Right.
What's his name?
Michael.
Yeah.
Cerna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love him.
Then Seth Rogen, Bill Hader as the cops.
The cops.
For
so
sure.
funny.
For sure.
Just that cast. I know the cast in Step Brothers with, Will Ferrell.
Right.
But it's goated too, but
yeah.
I don't know. Superbad is just the classic, McLovin.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if I had to pick never watch again, it'd have to be Step Brothers.
That's tough.
Then watch for the first time, Superbad. What was the other one? Hangover. Watch for the first time again, probably The Hangover.
Yeah.
Like, if franchise-wise, that's probably one of the best comedy franchises. It's just wild.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I love the second one, too.
I just watched it the other night.
Did you?
Yeah, I turned it on. I seen it on Netflix.
We're not friends.
Don't say that, Bill. Are you serious? Even in America? Yes! Oh, God, don't say that, Bill.
Because it's like, those movies, I feel like there's always that one guy I can relate to.
Yeah.
In Hangover, I'm like Alan. So I told him, like, if we ever go out to Vegas with me, I'm like, we have plans, I'm like, don't take me to Vegas. Because I will roofie us. I will do something to our friend group to, have, like in the second movie,
Mm-hmm.
He wanted that experience again from the
Yeah.
first one.
The marshmallows?
The wolf pack. He wanted that wolf pack.
You were smiling at me.
Because I like marshmallows, you fucking psycho! Hey!
we go to Vegas. I'm finding roofies. I'm doing some muscle relaxers or something.
I don't think I'm staying with you in Vegas, that's for sure. Golly. But I'll keep it short. I'm going to do...
Eternity later.
Never watch Superbad?
That's not. It's tough, but
Yeah.
some choices.
Watch
you have to make 'em.
again Hangover and watch for the first time Step Brothers.
Watch Step Brothers for the first time.
Yeah.
That's not.
I
bad.
love Will
With the
Ferrell so
Catalina
much.
wine mixer.
Yes.
And that scene with the drum.
The drums.
No, not that drum scene. That nuts on my drum set.
Yeah.
That's class scene. But at the Catalina wine mixer, he gets up there, starts playing the drums and the triangle, xylophone. He has all these instruments that you can just play.
Mhm.
And Will Ferrell just comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Kills the scene.
Kills it.
So, that's so funny.
Yeah. So I have one last one to do. This one's tough. Endgame. Spider-Man No Way Home and Infinity War.
That's tough. I can go right off the bat and say watch for the first time again Endgame. 100%. Watching Cap pick up the Mjolnir. What Iron Man dying, all them coming back. I don't know. It was
the
just
portal scene.
Yeah,
too.
I know. The beginning and the middle kind of long, but it was worth it.
Oh,
Way worth it. I'd watch that movie again in a heartbeat.
that last 30 minutes.
It's literally the greatest theater experience I've ever experienced.
Oh,
and No Way
100%.
Home for me. I watched it down in Florida by myself. I didn't have any holidays. Yeah, I didn't have any friends down there to watch it
that's
with.
tough.
So I'm like, you know what? I need to go see it opening night though. Like I have to go see it. I kind of get any of my buddies down there to go watch it with me. I'm like, I'll be there front row by myself watching it. And it was a cool, theater experience. But it's like I'm a big fan of the MCU and stuff. I watched like all of those. So I just didn't have it like everything that happened in Endgame when we watched it. It was like everyone was cheering and it was a great theater experience.
Mm-hmm.
But like the big one in No Way Home was Daredevil.
That was the big one?
Not like the big one, but
Oh.
he was
Yeah.
in the beginning. Like it's supposed to be a big moment,
Right.
because they're introducing him finally into the universe.
Yeah.
Like with Spider-Man and all the other heroes, and it's like to me because I love Daredevil. I love the original movie. With Elektra.
Or Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I love that. It's a good movie. Okay?
No, it's
the hate
not.
it gets.
No,
it's a
not.
good movie. I love that movie. I used to watch it like almost every weekend. I'd turn that movie on and watch it. And then the TV show came out. The TV show was great.
TV show.
Such a
was
great
pretty
TV show. And then it's like, because he was one of my favorite superheroes for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he finally got introduced in the biggest universe out there, and it was like I was the only one cheering. Like I stood up, started clapping,
Wow.
and I was the only one doing it. I was like, oh man,
That's
I was
crazy.
stupid for that.
We're just built different
I
in
know,
Ohio.
I know.
We have like 4 guys dressed in Spider-Man suits.
Yeah.
We all were stand up.
Endgame. I now had my Spider-Man suit for Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
All that. Yeah, Florida. None of that. None of that down in Florida.
Schmucks.
Yeah, so Endgame, watch first again. Never watch again. What was the other one?
Infinity
No Way
War.
Home, Infinity War. That's so tough.
Mm-hmm.
That's so tough. But if I had to say never watch again, it would have to be Infinity War.
I agree.
Just because the scene with all 3 Spider-Mans, nostalgia reasons.
Seeing the Toby.
Yeah, seeing Toby back on the big screen, in his original suit. The one-liners they had, the connection they had at 3 Spider-Mans. It was great. I loved it. I loved every second of it. I wish they would have did a little more with the villains. They could have did stuff a little better.
There's definitely flaws in it.
Still a great movie.
Yeah.
Still a great movie. Yeah. So yeah, I'd go that order.
So I watched for the first time again Endgame. Just that experience in the theater with your boys, everyone clapping, just insane. Watch, gotta go No Way Home. Big Spider-Man guy. I gotta watch my Spideys. And never watch again. It hurts to say
It really does
Infinity
hurt.
War is
It's
such a good movie.
because I go back and forth. Like those are, like top three, like 1, 2, 3.
Easily top 5 in everyone's.
Yeah, you can't put them in order. Like,
Right.
it's like 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
the top 5 are great.
Yeah.
Like you cannot. Like, it's just whatever you're feeling that day,
Exactly.
whatever mood you're feeling. You want to watch like a great action movie. Like you put Infinity War on.
Oh, for sure.
You want to feel every feeling. You put Endgame on.
Yeah.
You want to get nostalgia back. You put No Way Home on. So it's just tough.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Beautifully said there, kid.
From the heart.
Yeah. I could tell it was straight
Straight
from the heart. Yeah, man. I think that wraps up the episode. Thank you for coming on again. Appreciate
Good
you.
vibes.
Yep.
Good vibes.
We're always catching a vibe
Catching
out
a
here.
vibe.
That's facts. But
Catching
thank you
good
guys
vibes.
so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, do whatever.
Hit that follow button.
Yeah. What you said. See you guys. Peace.